MAGA is having a different cognitive experience of language than the rest of us, and you can see it in the way that they're talking about what's going on in Iran. You and I see language as a tool that humans use to describe the reality around them, the reality that already exists. But on planet MAGA, language is seen as a tool that literally creates and shapes realities. You and I feel like the White House has been inconsistent in its position about what this military operation in Iran even is. Folks at the White House seem like they can't even make up their mind. Is this a war? Is this a law enforcement action? Is this just a bombing campaign? Is it just a little incursion, or as Trump likes to say, an excursion?
1241, he said the U.S. was not at war with Iran. At 1242, he declared victory in Iran.
But from MAGA's point of view, they have been perfectly consistent the entire time. They feel like America is a hero and Iran is a villain. For whatever reason, the reason doesn't matter. When they hear the word Iran, they feel emotionally that thing is villainous. When they see a picture of the Ayatollah, they say, that thing is so below me that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to it. And I'm so far up here that I shouldn't even be questioned about why I have the right to do these things that I want to do to it. And they have been perfectly consistent in that viewpoint, in that perspective, in that emotional state. So when Trump wants to convey to everybody that he is seeing himself as a strong leader in a righteous conflict, he uses the word war and describes it as a war.
The Iranian regime seeks to kill. The lives of courageous American heroes may be lost, and we may have casualties. That often happens in war.
But as soon as you bring up things like law, procedure, constitutionality, who's got the right to declare a war? Paperwork, legal consequences. Then it stops being a war because he feels emotionally like he shouldn't be questioned about his motives, his tactics, and his right to do these things. And then he starts using language like military incursion, bombing, law enforcement action.
They don't like the word war because you're supposed to get approval, so I'll use the word military operation.
From his viewpoint, he is being consistent, right? Because he is keeping to the same emotional state, this state where he is a god king on earth and can do whatever he wants to Iran because Iran is lower than him. That is the MAGA cognitive experience of language. But you and I see the world differently. We say, no, this has to be one thing or the other. It must be a thing in the real world. And it's that thing in the real world first, and then we're using language to try to describe the thing that already exists in the real world. But on Planet MAGA, facts care about feelings because facts and feelings are the same thing.
Trump's still making assurances that no one's buying. Because according to him, the war in Iran, it's gonna be over in just 2 or 3 more weeks. He just has to send them back to the Stone Age, and also he doesn't know if they'll agree to a deal or if he's gonna have to deliberately commit a war crime first. And he doesn't care if the Strait of Hormuz is opened, but it will be opened and prices will come back down even though they're not really going up. In Iran, they'll never be able to get a nuclear weapon even though we supposedly destroyed their ability to do so earlier, but also they're gonna get to keep almost 1,000 pounds of nuclear fuel. It's pretty much what we learned in Trump's first primetime address to the nation since the war began.